All right, everybody. We have a treat for you guys. We have a guest today in Urban Talks that's gonna talk to us. It's gonna tell us from his point of view. It's gonna tell us from his personal experience how things are going in Taiwan in this moment. So this is gonna be a very interesting interview. Is something that we've been dying to do for a while, and finally we got to do it. So we're very happy. All right. So before I just keep talking and talking, I'm going to say hi to Juan. I think you guys might remember him or know him, but he's joining us from Vietnam, Saigon, Vietnam. So Juan, how are you tonight? Where? Well, for you it's morning, right?
Of course. Well, actually, it's almost midday. Hello, Fender. Hello to everyone in El Salvador and to all the other Salvadorans watching us all around the world. My name is Juan Golcher. I'm from El Salvador, and we're transmitted from Vietnam, Saigon.
All right, excellent. Glad to have you back. And now, as a treat, like I told you guys when we started the show, we have somebody that lives in Taiwan. His name is Ives, and he's joining us from Taiwan. So welcome, Ives. How are you? How are you today?
Yeah, I'm doing well. So thank you. And yeah, happy to join the show.
Awesome. We're very happy to have you here. This is going to be very interesting. And, there's a lot of talk about Taiwan, USA right now. That's like on the news. We listen to a lot of things. Some might be true, some might not be true, or as the media tell us. So that's why we are dying to hear from somebody who's actually living there, that knows what's going on, and can tell us, hey, that's a lie, or no, yeah, that's true. So first of all, I would like to know a little bit about yourself. Who's Ives? And I don't know, can you please tell us some about yourself?
Okay. My name is Ivis, and already 37 years old, and I'm Taiwanese. And I was born in the Kaohsiung City. And I remember when I was young, my parents always said that you should not involve the politics. But after I grew up, I know that everything is about the politics. So yes, I think I can talk about this topic, and I am a little interested in politics.
Awesome.
Okay, very good.
Juan, this is kind of like I shared that with him because my parents also told me don't go there.
Do not involve, right?
Just don't get involved. Yeah.
Yeah, just don't get involved. Yes, always.
Yes, of course. In my case, was a little bit different, actually, because my dad, he was involved in politics in El Salvador. So I learned how to see things. I learned how to see things from a different perspective. Okay, from a citizen perspective, of course, that it will be like my personal opinion, but also from a political view, right? That it's not exactly the same as a citizen see things. But now, Ivis, I also want to welcome you. Thank you for joining us. It's so important to us Salvadorans, and I think to the rest of the world to know what is really happening in Taiwan, because we just have the impressions that mainstream media shares us. But today we're gonna know from first hand what's really happening. So, welcoming you again. Thank you for joining us. Ibis, can you tell us a little bit about Taiwanese culture? We would like to know about your food, about your touristic attractions. How is life in Taiwan?
If you ask how it's like in Taiwan, I think Taiwan is just a normal. There is no tension, and the people still living for free. And I think nothing has changed. Just we know the China just launched some missiles like near the Taiwan, but they did this like 30 years before. So during these 30 years, we already been bullying for a long time, and I don't think this time will be any different. So for the Taiwanese people, we just living our life, and everything is normal.
Everything is normal. Okay, very good. And what is normal for Taiwanese people?
What's normal for Taiwanese people? We continue to live our life, and we didn't to change our style or something. I would like to guess you saw a lot of news like Taiwanese people starting to buy a lot of food, but it's because of about the religions. For the Buddhism, in the night this week or next week, we need to prepare a lot of food for the Buddhism. Yeah, it's just about the religions. So it's not about we are crazy to grabbing some food. We are not China, because if you live in China, someday maybe you are in sleeping, you will be locked down the area and you won't go out because of the COVID.
Mm-hmm. Okay, interesting to know.
Yes. What is like for Salvadorans, pupusas is like our favorite food. Like 99% of people goes wild or crazy for pupusas. What do you think it's for you Taiwanese that say this is my favorite dish that I really love?
My favorite dishes, I think the most famous dishes in Taiwan is like beef noodles. Yeah, it's very famous, and Taiwan have many delicious beef noodle shops, and also we got the competition and the champions one, and also the beef noodle in Taiwan is really cheap, like around 30. Oh no, it's around under $10. So it's really cheap and delicious.
All right. That's awesome.
That's good.
So let's say I wanna visit Taiwan. What place would you suggest me to visit? Like this spot is really good. If you come to visit, you should go there.
All right. So I think for the most people, if you just come to Taiwan for the first time, you will like to visit the capital, which is Taipei, and it's a modern city, and also convenience and safety. And if you like the outdoor lifestyle, I would like to recommend you can go to the Hualien or Taidong. In fact, there is a lot of foreigners already living there because they like to surfing. And nice. I think living in Taiwan have a nice way. It's like whatever, if you want to go to mountain or you want to go to the sea, you can easier to go to within 1 hour.
Nice. That's something that I would like to do. I'm not much into like going to the ocean, to the beaches, but mostly I'm like a mountain guy. I really like going for mountain biking or doing camping. I really like that. So yeah, sounds good.
Ibis, we would like to know, have you ever traveled to mainland China? And if so, do you need a visa as Taiwanese for getting in? And also, how do mainland Chinese people feel about Taiwanese tourists when you guys visit them?
Okay, for this question, first of all, unfortunately, I never been to China. I've been to Hong Kong, but it's before Hong Kong belongs to China. Like after they returned it, I never visit there any times. In fact, I have to say, for the Taiwanese people, we don't hate China. We don't hate China's people. The only thing we don't like, and you can say we hate, is like the China Communist Party. That's the only one thing we hate. In fact, I do have some China's friends, even though most of them already like work abroad or already like regret to another country. But I think after they move out to another national, I think their mind will just like be opened, and they were starting to understand. Okay, so the Communist Party, how to wash my brain like that? This is just my opinion. And about the Taiwan people who want to visit to China. In fact, we don't need a visa, but we need to apply a special license. I don't know how to say it. It's like it's called 台胞证. It's like okay, it's identify you are from Taiwan, and for those who want to travel or to work to China, you need to apply the license. Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, very good. Thank you.
Yep.
And if you wanna apply for work, is it really hard to get a job, or it's fairly easy?
I think it depends. I think first you have to know if you want to go to apply a job in China or not. But I think if you want, I think it's very easy to apply a job in China because we speak the same languages. Yeah, even the tone is just a little bit different, but I think it's very easy. Just like if you like you have a second language skills, I think it's pretty easy for you to move them. Yes.
Oh, I'm just kind of want to have a sense because I'm comparing it like getting a job here in the United States is really hard. You know, it's they put so much stuff in the way that's crazy. But I'm curious. How's the relationship between the Taiwanese and the Chinese governments? Because you kind of told us about you have a friend, you have some Chinese friends, and you get along pretty good. But what about the Chinese and Taiwanese governments? What's their relationship?
I think the relationship is a long story. My country, Taiwan, the real name is Republic of China, who was owned the mainland China before. And after the war, I remember it's 1945, and against with the communists, and they lost. So they moved to Taiwan in 1949. So there is one part of Taiwanese, the old person will imagine that we must to take the mainland China back again. And there is another part, just like me, we thought Taiwan is just my country. And for the government, I think, yeah, of course, China always said that Taiwan is a part of China, but for the Taiwan, we don't think so. Yes.
Okay, very good. Thank you. And now, what is the perception or what do Taiwanese regular citizens think about the Chinese government?
Well, I think in a simple and basic way to explain is no one will like the guy who always like to threat you, even put so many missiles right on your face. And we also don't like, they always said Taiwan is a part of China. In fact, China Communist Party never have one day to control or occupy of Taiwan. And also Taiwan, we have our own passport and currency, and military and election. So in fact, we are already independent. I think there is one thing we need to do is change our national name from Republic of China to Taiwan, but it's hard, yes.
How important is trading between both countries, specifically for Taiwanese economy?
I would say the effect is getting lower and lower, and because there's more and more Taiwanese know about the threat from China, and before 20 years, there are so many Taiwanese people, they go to China to have their own company or have their own factory because about the low wage labor. And after the COVID, because the China have to shut down a lot of factory, and Taiwanese people also know that. So many companies, they choose to move back to Taiwan, or to choose to move to another country like Vietnam or India. So I think the economy's effect is getting lower and lower.
Okay. Recently, we learned about a visit that was made by a group of Congress members. This visit was led in some way by Nancy Pelosi, who is the head speaker of the House of Representatives from the United States Congress. How do Taiwanese people feel about it? Is it really that Nancy Pelosi and these members that visited Taiwan care about democracy in Taiwan? Or do Taiwanese people think that it's more a show of power or a show of strength and geopolitical interests from the United States government towards the Chinese government?
First, I think for Speaker Pelosi, they come to Taiwan. In fact, at that day, we also follow the flight on the internet. And after she turns the flight to the way to Taiwan, we know that, Taiwan get another truly friend. That's my first thought. And if you ask me if Pelosi come to Taiwan, is it good or not good? I would like to say that we like the friend. We like a friend who stand for the free and democracy, and we didn't welcome only for her. We welcome for everyone who want to visit to Taiwan. And I don't think it's about the it's how to say that, it's identified. I don't know, it's identified or not. Yes. So also there are some voice say that Pelosi should not go to Taiwan because it will get the emotion, getting tension and tension. But I think if China won the world, they will choose any reason to start in the fight. And not just only for the Pelosi want to max them, like Pelosi come to Taiwan, force them to start in the world. They will just pick little things or just make a reason, like Russia did for the Ukraine, like that. I think if they want to fight, no matter what, they will start it.
Personally speaking, do you think this visit was helpful for Taiwanese national interest? Like going further, do you think it was convenient?
I think it's a good sign for the United States, the third place government personnel to visit Taiwan, especially the Speaker Pelosi, because Pelosi was stand in Tiananmen to raise a flag against the Communist Party. And I think it shows a sign that they are showing the world okay, Taiwan, even though it's just a small island, but in this time, in this moment, we must to stand with Taiwan. Yeah, because I in my opinion, I thought is that. And if there have any inconvenience, no. I would like to say if there have more and more people come to visit, I think it's also help Taiwan to move further. Yes.
Okay.
Understood.
Okay. Very good. We just learned also that Chinese government banned some Taiwanese products from entering to mainland China, right? And we also learned that there are other sanctions like sand exports to the island right now. So how could this affect Taiwanese economy?
Well, China always banned a lot of products from Taiwan, like fruits, seafood, and those famous in Taiwan. And yes, it have an effect. But also, we are finding a different way to export to the other countries, which the fruit. Many countries like the Taiwanese fruit is really sweet. And also about the sand. I think it's just the China media said that, and the Chinese people getting very excited about that because they imagine that the sand is made from the chips, can make the chips. Yeah, and because I think you have to know about Taiwan have the most powerful chip company called TSMC that's in Taiwan. And to be honest, they ban the sand is only can make for glass, not for the chips. So in fact, I don't think they have any effect at all. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow. So interesting. Actually, I was reading about that. I didn't know how important is chips industry in Taiwan, and now I learned that Taiwanese semiconductor chips industry is the largest in the world.
Yes, I can say it's the largest world.
Yeah. So that's okay. Like microprocessors, right?
Everything like device and automobile and the cars, missiles, military, a lot of use.
We have seen the Chinese government reacted doing military drills all around the island. Is there any real fear from Taiwanese citizens that Chinese government can invade the island with its military, or is it more fear mongering from Western mainstream media?
In my opinion, I'd like to say that the war will never begin. And there is some reason. The first, the China President Xi is seek reaction in the end of this year. And also, in China, I also have some people looking for Xi. If he did anything wrong, he might cannot keep his crown. And the second is India also looking for the weakness part of China. If China decided to fight with Taiwan, I think India might be invaded during that time. And the third is Taiwan have many anti-aircraft missiles, and after the war of Ukraine, you would know that to occupy another country is not easy. And between Taiwan and China have a strait which is 300 miles. So it's very hard to make a decision to fight. And yes, we still have some people feel the war will begin. But in my thoughts, if they want war, they will make any reason to start it. And I think for Taiwan, the only thing we can do is to defend ourselves.
Do Taiwanese people and does the Taiwanese government really trust the United States, knowing that United States government have not recognized Taiwan as an independent and sovereign country?
I think for the U.S. government, they did promise Taiwan for few political seats, and but I think for the important things to Taiwan is like as I said before, to defend ourselves. That's why we have so many anti-aircraft missiles. And that time, and also there's another friendly country called Japan. They also promise if the war begins, they also will help to defend from China. So I think even Taiwan is just a little island. But if you lose Taiwan, I think it's really sad for the whole world. Just imagine that if the war begin, I can tell you within 1 week, the whole world will be affected because of the chips. Yes. So there is one thing we say in Taiwan is called, we have a shield called TSMC. TSMC chip shield. It's really important, but it's very funny, but also it's true.
And how do Taiwanese people look to the future?
I think we're still looking for a bright and free and democracy futures. And in fact, after being bullied by China for so many years, I think there is already have more and more the world already see the how struggle Taiwanese. So I think there is starting already have small countries, they like to they started to stand for Taiwan and even make the the deeper relationship with Taiwan, I think it's good. It's a good way. And for the Taiwan's future, I think, yes, we are continue to move on. And to be honest, we won't be scared by China. We are going to defend ourselves, and we are going to make more and more friends, international friends, which we are also looking for to join more and more world organization. If you are following the news, you will know that during the COVID, Taiwan is not allowed to join the WHO any one meeting. But in fact, is Taiwan during the COVID, Taiwan also export many masks to our friends, such like France and German and United States and also Vietnam and Japan. Because we know that at that time is everyone need to help each other, not just to grab your feet, don't let you fly. That's the China do it. They always put off your leg, don't let you fly. And I think Taiwan is the country you need to visit at once if you haven't visited Taiwan anytime. So I would say that welcome to Taiwan. We have a lot of delicious food waiting for you.
Awesome.
Sounds good for me.
Yes, that's a really nice invitation. I think I will really like to visit someday. It sounds very interesting. The food sounds awesome too. And Ives, I want to thank you for Taiwanese. I wish the best for you, for Taiwanese people. It doesn't matter what it is. War, conflict is never the answer. I feel like we are too advanced in civilization to be thinking about war still. It's, to me, it's nonsense. But I want to thank you very much for coming and give us your time, tell us how you're feeling, what your thoughts are. So I'm very grateful with you, and we'll be I'm Christian, but with much respect, I'll be praying for you guys. We want the best for you. That's all I want to say.
Yeah, me too. Thank you very much for joining this interview. I think that it has been like a very enriching experience for us, and I'm pretty sure that now all the Salvadorans that watch this interview, they will have a very good perspective of what Taiwanese people think about the conflict. What do you guys think about China? What is really happening inside of the island? How is people reacting to this situation? This is not just important for our political or politological analysis, would I say, but it's very important to connect us with reality. And that's our main goal here in Urban Talks, to show people the reality of what's happening, not siding redundantly one side or the other, but just speaking the truth. Thank you very much for joining us, Ibis.
All right, thank you for your both. I really enjoyed for this interview. Goodbye. Bye bye.